Have you ever sat quietly, just sat and wondered about God? I have, many times. I think about what it means to truly worship Him. Is it a song I sing loudly in church? Is it a prayer I say before I sleep? Or is it something more, something much deeper, something that lives inside my heart? This question stays with me. It nudges my soul gently, asking for an answer. I remember one Sunday morning. The music was beautiful. Voices rose together in a joyful sound. Everyone seemed so connected, so full of praise. Yet in that moment, a thought came to me. Is this feeling, this shared song, the whole of worship? Or is there a different kind of worship? One that happens when the music fades, one that happens when I am all alone. This quiet question began to grow. That feeling stayed with me through the week. I started to see things differently. I wondered if worship could be found in ordinary places, perhaps in the kindness of a stranger, or in the patience of a friend. It felt like God was inviting me to look beyond the usual Sunday experience. Songs are a wonderful gift, aren't they? They lift our spirits high. They can bring tears to our eyes. They help us express feelings too deep for simple words. When we sing praises to God, it feels good, it feels right. Music can open a door in our hearts. It allows us to connect with God and with each other. It's a beautiful part of how we can show our love. But is that all worship is? Just the notes and the words we sing? Think about it for a moment. What if you cannot sing very well? What if your voice is not strong? Does that mean your worship is less? God is surely bigger than that. He is not just listening for a perfect performance. He is listening to the heart behind the song. He hears the intention, the love. Sometimes the most powerful worship has no sound at all. It is silent. It is found in a quiet moment of awe. Looking at a starlit sky, feeling the warmth of the sun on your face. It can be a silent prayer whispered in a time of need, or a quiet act of service done for someone else. We often have traditions in our faith. We have routines and rituals. These can be good things, helpful things. Going to church each week, reading our Bibles regularly, saying grace before meals. These actions can shape our days. They can remind us of God's presence in our lives. They can provide comfort and a sense of belonging. These patterns can be like anchors for our souls. However, there is a gentle caution here. Rituals can sometimes become empty. They can become just motions we go through if our hearts are not truly in them. What do they mean if we are just ticking a box? Are we truly worshiping? God looks beyond the outward action. He looks to see if our heart is engaged. He desires sincerity more than mere repetition of a habit. True worship is not just about going through the motions. It is so much deeper than that. It is about the attitude of our hearts. It is about our intention. Think about your day, from morning until night. Every moment holds a possibility for worship. It might not look like singing, it might not feel like a church service, but it can be just as real, just as pleasing to God. Worship can be woven into the very fabric of our ordinary lives. It's in the small choices we make, the quiet decisions of our heart. How do you speak to your family when you wake up? How do you approach your work at your job? Do you do it with care and honesty? These things matter to God. When you choose patience over frustration, when you choose kindness over a sharp word, you are offering something beautiful to Him. These are the quiet acts of worship, the ones that happen when no one else is watching. Helping a neighbor carry their shopping, showing kindness to a stranger on the bus, taking the time to truly listen to a friend who is hurting. These are all acts of worship. The Bible gives us clear guidance. It tells us something very important about worship. The Apostle Paul wrote a letter to the Romans. In Romans chapter 12, verse 1, he speaks very clearly. He says, "Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice." This is a powerful invitation from God to each one of us. What does it mean to offer our bodies? It means to offer our whole selves, our hands, our feet, our minds, our energy, everything we are and everything we do. And what kind of sacrifice? A living sacrifice. Not like the sacrifices of old, which were animals offered on an altar. This is different. God wants us to live for Him, to be alive and active in our service. This sacrifice is to be holy and pleasing to God. This means living in a way that honors Him, making choices that reflect His character, striving to live according to His ways. And then Paul tells us, this is your true and proper worship. Not just songs, not just rituals, but our very lives. Forgiveness can be one of the hardest things God asks us to do. It can feel almost impossible sometimes. When someone has hurt us deeply, letting go of that pain is a struggle. Yet choosing to forgive is a profound act of worship. It is an offering made on an unseen altar within our hearts. It is a decision to obey God even when it costs us dearly. When we forgive others, we are showing God's love to them. We are reflecting His incredible grace. Think of how much God has forgiven us. When we extend that same forgiveness to others, we honor Him. It is like saying, God, because you forgave me, I will also forgive. This act of obedience, this release of bitterness, pleases the heart of our Father. It is a powerful form of worship. Trusting God is also a deep act of worship, especially when things are difficult, when the path ahead is unclear, when we are filled with worry or fear. In those moments, choosing to trust God takes courage. It means letting go of our own understanding. Gratitude is such a powerful thing, isn't it? It has the ability to change how we see the world. It can shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. A thankful heart finds blessings everywhere. In the big things, yes, but also in the small, everyday moments. This spirit of thankfulness is a vital part of our worship. It opens our eyes to God's constant care. When we are thankful, we acknowledge God's goodness. We recognize His many gifts in our lives. The gift of life itself, the beauty of creation all around us, the love of family and friends, the food we eat, the air we breathe. Taking time to notice these gifts and to thank God for them is an act of worship. It tells God that we see His hand in our lives. A simple thank you whispered to God can be profound. For the warmth of the sunshine on a chilly day, for the comforting presence of a loved one, for strength when we feel weak. God does not look for perfect singers. He does not search for flawless speakers. He is not impressed by grand performances that lack heart. Sometimes we think we need to be perfect to approach God. We feel we must have everything figured out, or that our worship needs to be polished and impressive, but this is not what God truly desires from us. He sees beyond all our efforts. He looks at our hearts. That is where His gaze rests. He desires our presence, our simple, honest presence. He wants us to come to Him just as we are, with our strengths and our weaknesses, with our joys and our sorrows, with our questions and our doubts. He invites us to be authentic before Him. He already knows us completely, so there is no need for pretense. We do not need to perform for God. He is not an audience expecting a show. He is a loving Father. So, what is the very heart of worship then? After all our thinking, What have we found? It is surrender. It is the gentle, willing act of giving ourselves completely to God, not holding anything back, offering Him our plans, our dreams, our fears, our futures, trusting that He knows best. This is the core, the essence of what it means to truly worship Him. This surrender is not just for an hour on a Sunday morning, it is for every moment of every day. It is how we live when we leave the church building. It is how we respond to challenges at work. It is how we love our families when it is difficult. It is a continuous offering of our will to His will, a daily choice to say, "Your way, Lord, not mine." This is the path of true devotion. It is not about being perfect. We will stumble. We will make mistakes. God knows this. He does not expect flawless obedience. What He looks for is a surrendered heart.